breakfast. Well, good morning, folks. Here we are in Goshen, Oregon. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm just kind of post-breakfast here looking out at this stretch of road that I hitchhiked down many years ago. That's a part of the reason for this trip is that I hitchhiked down through here a long time ago, and I kind of wanted to get a view of what it looks like now that it's been so many years. So, yeah, it's still a road. It's still a big fucking road. The missus is still asleep. As soon as she wakes up, we'll get underway, and then we're off to Ashland, Oregon.
Okay, we're on leg 3 of our trip. On the first trip we saw Stonehenge. That was a really neat find. The second day we walked around Eugene, downtown, which is a nice little quaint area. I liked their bus station. And their library was pretty neat with the spiral staircase. And then it was a lot of walking. And you, my dear?
Huh? I'm tired. I think today we're going to Ashland, except that I think I took a wrong turn out of the motel parking lot, so now we're on some frontage road. And I don't know where the fuck we are.
Oh. Goshen. Oh, we're going the wrong way anyway. We're going north.
Oh.
Because it's saying Eugene 11 miles.
Well, shit. So right now we're in Cottage Grove. On my hitchhiking trip over, I don't know if you can see it from here, but over on that traffic island over there where the lights are, I stood there in the dark and the cold with my friend for, I don't know, probably all night, waiting for somebody to give us a lift, just with our thumbs out. It was a long and cold and desperate night. The only people who stopped to give us a ride were 2 people whose car was almost broken down, and by the time they stopped, and by the time I had gotten in the car had actually died. So they pulled their car up right over here alongside the other side of that fence, which used to be just a dirt trail, or a dirt easement. And they told us we could sleep there. We opted not to. So we split up. I headed north to see if I could go to Eugene and hitch a ride down south more easily. He headed south on the freeway. He ended up in Ashland long before I did. So that was sort of the beginning of my adventure alone in hitchhiking, as we had come south out of Portland and down through Eugene and gotten stuck in Cottage Grove. This is a bridge in a little town called Myrtle Creek, I think is the name of the place. And Priscilla's out getting some pictures of it now. Really pretty creek. So while we were here, I found out something interesting. We were making a bit of a pit stop, and I found out, just checking Facebook on my phone, that an old friend of mine from high school died, I guess, I don't know when, fairly recently, complications from diabetes. He was a friend of mine when I was a freshman and sophomore in school, a very awkward young fella I was, and he was always very congenial, very nice to me, and he and I actually became fairly close. We ran, we both ran BBSs way back when, extra points to you if you know what those are, and we would share tips and other sorts of things, and so yeah, it's interesting to find out that he is dead and gone. No huge surprise because of his diabetes. As you all probably know, juvenile diabetes is quite the killer. It's definitely a difficult thing to maintain, and if you have type 1 diabetes, you have to be very careful, and even then, you know, complications from diabetes is a very common cause of death, so be it.
Well, it wasn't part of our plans, but we came on the signs for Crater Lake. Here's their newspaper, and I talked Lucas into going. It's about 200 miles out of the way, and here's a little brochure. Yeah, papyrus, but what are you gonna do? And it looks really pretty. I don't know if you can see this, and with the waterfalls and all that kind of stuff, and I really want to take pictures, and we have never seen Crater Lake, and so we are going to diverge from our originally planned agenda itinerary to go. And here's Lucas in the back behind the truck, smoking out of tension and irritation that we are going to go out of our normally scheduled itinerary. Lucas didn't want to come over here to Crater Lake, but I did, and he was a little irritated, and as soon as we got on that road, I got very claustrophobic in the car. I got scared and pretty much was pushing away from the door toward the driver's side because, of course, the drop-offs were on my side. And I got motion sick, as I rarely do in the car anymore, but I have a tendency toward it, and was really, really wishing for a Dramamine in real life. So that's what I have to say.
Are you talking to the camera without looking at the camera again?
Yes, that's what I have to say about the river. Anyway, that's it. Okay, here's Lucas giving me a hard time about talking to the camera without looking at it.
Tell them all what a good idea that you just had.
I just did. What do you want to say about it?
Oh, I got nothing to say.
Huh?
I got nothing to say.
Oh, you have something to say.
I got nothing to say.
You said it. You better say it again.
Nope, I got nothing to say.
To YouTube, since you are all mad at me.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. Okay, so we came around the bend, and there's snow. You can see it right there by the road. Just little snowpacks on our way to Crater Lake.
All right, here it is. Crater Lake. Priscilla, what do you know about this lake?
I know that there was a volcano here, and when it erupted, it was probably really viscous lava, and so when it erupted, it just blew the whole top of it out and blew out the magma chamber, or it sunk, because it emptied the magma chamber and then it filled with water. And I think Wizard Island there, if I'm correct, is probably what was left of the magma, creating a new volcano. Either that or it's all that was left of the volcano.
Alright, looks like we're coming into Ashland, and it looks like there is lodging. So we're going to find some lodging in Ashland, and we're going to stay the night. And it has been a lengthy day today, this day. Alright, well, we made it to Ashland against all odds. You know, despite the fact that we made the all-day detour up to Crater Lake, we managed to make it. We managed to make it back down the hill, all the way to Medford, where we got jeered at by a fella at a Walmart. And then we got out of Medford and we made it to Ashland. We're now sitting at the Best Western Bard's Inn in Ashland, right over by the town square where I spent, gosh, the better part of a month in October, early November of 2000, while I was just sort of bumming around. So I actually took a little walk down there earlier, and it was a very emotional experience for me, but we're going to go check it out tomorrow. We're going to go down to Lithia Park, the square, hit up the stupid coffee shop up the road and the laundromat and all that shit. So we will get some of that on video, and Priscilla's doing a whole bunch of photos. So you know what, I should link her Flickr from here. So I think I'll do that. Well, when you put some on Flickr, I'll link it. Alright. Good night, folks.
You're kind of pissy tonight.
You're kind of pissy tonight.
Attitude.
Whatever.